Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and others of the press. Welcome to my midweek New York Giants press conference. Let me start by asking you all to bark my hole and slobber on my pole. Okay, now that that's been said, let's get down to business, shall we? I'm going to ask you if you have any questions, but if anyone raises their hand or asks a question, I will come over and punt you about the head and neck. Capiche? Okay, so anyone have any questions? Good. Okay, then let me just say a few things and we can all get out of here. First of all, I guess I have to talk about the New Orleans Saints game. Okay, let's talk about it. We played, we lost. The offensive line protected as well as a used condom stretched out over a dartboard. Locke ran well and had a good 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. And did I say the offensive line played as well as a bunch of Neanderthals wearing roller skates with stiletto heels? Watching that game was like getting a colonoscopy through my mouth. Here's my Giants poem from the Saints game. Gano can go blow. Dable can chomp on my maypole. Locke is a helmet on a cock. The guys who are supposed to catch are nothing but arms on a snatch. Print that! You want the good news? Okay. Technically, the defense only gave up 14 points last week. And if Gano makes this field goal, we go to overtime. And if my aunt had balls, she would not only be my uncle, but she would identify as him, her, they, sheep, and wow. We do have an injury report because apparently no matter how badly we play, we will always have players get injured because this game is not only tough and ruthless, but it's rough and toothless. Here is the injury report. Melfi has an overripened grape sack, and now his testicles are the size of raisins. We have him on an aggressive hydration therapy to get his balls back to regular size. I mean, you can't play football without a pair of man nuts. You know what I mean? Maltasanti developed meat shaft rash from couch bombing. Now, apparently, he has a very attractive sofa, so we replaced it with an ugly chair. Gutierrez has sensitive, elongated nipples with oversized areolas. The male trainers are enjoying working on him. I'll say that. I've seen it. Dante. Okay, it's hard to explain. You see, but when his balls clang together, lightning shoots out his ass, so we are keeping an eye on this and only walking around him with rubber soles on our shoes and rubber sole playing on the Victrola. Google Victrola. Bocciolari has a cock migraine. Now, at first, we thought it was a toothache, but he reminded us he had all his cock teeth pulled out years ago. Lacerva was engaging in a flying camel, and it turned into a Kenny Bunkport surprise, so we had to flush the goo out of his eyes. Horrible. Spatafori was burping the worm in the mole hole and aggravated his lower back when it turned into a Kentucky Klondike bar. April has an enlarged meat whistle from cattle prodding the oyster ditch with his lap rocket. Sacramone was visiting the Panamanian petting zoo and developed an Alabama hot pocket. And Gervasi was getting a gorilla mask when it turned into a Missouri mudslide, a Colorado steamer, and an Oklahoma flamethrower. Let's just say he looks like a Penthouse forum letter to the editor. Wow. A lot of injured Italians on this team, I'll tell you that. Thank the Lord, Tommy Cutlets is healthy. Woo! Oh boy. Anyway, we expect all of these guys to make a full recovery and be with us the minute practice begins, or die mysteriously overnight. Well, we have the Ravens coming into the Meadowlark Lemonlands this Sunday. We still have not won a game at home. I know. The Ravens are in the thick of trying to make the postseason, so they are going to try to eat us like we were cannolis with blue helmets on. Jackson is tough enough at quarterback, but now he's got Derrick Henry, who would be leading the NFL if it weren't for the guy we had but didn't sign and never played any better than we are now when we had him, which means something, but I can't remember what. Well, we are 2-11, and clearly on our way to 2-15, which is like deciding to have your honeymoon in Peoria, Illinois, and counting the days until you get to Peoria, Illinois. If Peoria, Illinois were a one-loss record, it would be 2-15. Any record worse than this is essentially several cities in Alabama. And that's that. Fuck me, fuck you. May your morning poops be regular and you never require a pill to make the Johnson stand at attention. I will see you all out on the field. Go Big Blue!